You ever notice how a salary is supposed to make you feel safe, but somehow it makes you feel stuck? Like you're doing everything right. Showing up, getting paid, being responsible, and yet every month feels oddly fragile. One missed paycheck and things start to wobble. That feeling has a name. Most people just never say it out loud. This isn't about being bad with money, and it's not about working harder. It's about the quiet structure you're standing in. Here's the belief most of us grow up with. Get a good job, earn a stable salary. Everything else will sort itself out. And to be fair, that belief isn't stupid. It just hasn't been updated in a while. Because a salary doesn't just pay you money. It also scripts your behavior. It puts your life on autopilot. Rent, bills, subscriptions, commutes, repeat. You're not failing the system. You're following it perfectly. This is what I want to explore. Gently. Not how to escape overnight. Not how to quit your job and start a business. Just how the salary trap actually works. Quietly, subtly, by default. There are 4 ideas that matter here. Most people notice the first. Few stay for the second. The third feels uncomfortable. And the fourth is where things finally loosen. First idea, predictable income creates predictable spending. Think about your payday. Your money arrives on a schedule, so your life builds itself around that schedule. Rent expands to meet your income. Lifestyle adjusts. Comfort creeps in. Not extravagance, just enough. The system doesn't trap you with poverty. It traps you with normal. And once your expenses depend on your next paycheck, that paycheck stops feeling like freedom. It feels like oxygen. The small shift here isn't earning more. It's noticing what your salary quietly funds by default. Second idea, time becomes the currency you're trading. With a salary, you don't sell outcomes. You sell availability. Your calendar fills before your goals do. You plan your life around weekends, holidays, and annual leave, not around momentum. That doesn't make you lazy, it makes you scheduled. And when time is fully spoken for, growth has to squeeze in around the edges. The small shift here isn't hustle. It's reclaiming tiny pockets of unassigned time. Time that doesn't belong to your job or your recovery from it. Third idea. This one's uncomfortable. A salary slowly teaches you who you are allowed to be. Reliable, sensible, employed. Not curious, not experimental, not someone who takes strange detours. Because detours feel risky when your entire life depends on staying predictable. So ideas get postponed. Projects stay hypothetical. You become something you'll explore later. The salary doesn't forbid growth. It just makes waiting feel reasonable. The small shift here isn't confidence. It's permission to be a beginner again, quietly, badly, on a small scale. Fourth idea. This is where things change. The salary trap isn't about money. It's about dependency. When one source pays for everything, it gains a lot of psychological weight. You don't just protect the income. You protect the identity attached to it. That's why people stay in jobs they've outgrown. Not because they love them, but because uncertainty feels louder than dissatisfaction. This isn't fear, it's nervous system math. The small shift here isn't quitting. It's reducing emotional dependence, even slightly, by building something that exists outside the paycheck. Here's the identity shift most people miss. This was never about motivation, or ambition, or wanting it badly enough. It's about design. If your life is designed to require a salary, then of course you protect it. If your time is fully allocated, of course change feels exhausting. Nothing is wrong with you. You're just behaving rationally inside the structure you're in. And structures can be adjusted, quietly, slowly, without drama. So here's a gentle experiment, not a plan, not a financial overhaul. Just one question. What in my life currently depends entirely on my salary? and what could depend a little less. Not zero, just less. One small buffer, one skill, one side system that doesn't care what your job title is. That's how traps loosen. Not with rebellion, but with redundancy. Because the goal was never to escape work. It was to stop feeling like one missed paycheck would erase your sense of safety. And when that pressure eases, something interesting happens. You don't suddenly feel rich. You feel calmer, more flexible, more like you have options. Which is usually what people mean when they say they want freedom. And that's how change actually starts. Not loudly, not overnight. Just one quiet shift that makes tomorrow feel a little less tight than today.